Michelle tries to convince crowd that she's a sex symbol, gets wrecked instead. Barack and Michelle have had quite a hard time relinquishing the power they once held ever since the Trumps took over at the White House. As Obama remains obsessed with trolling President Trump with his shadow government, Michelle has been obsessed with maintaining the media spotlight she once held as First Lady, where she's been frantically booking up interviews and public appearances to compete with the beautiful and sweet Melania. But shortly after Michelle decided to tout herself as America's sex symbol, her ridiculous claim has now come back to haunt her, after the American people who have finally had enough of her revolting lies are making their voices known. After spending the last 8 years race baiting and blasting our country alongside her treasonous American-hating husband, Michelle is trying desperately to maintain her relevance in American society, which is proving, just like her school lunch programs, to be a massive failure. Several weeks ago, rather than slipping into obscurity like we had hoped, Michelle helped host ESPN's Aspire Awards, where just the mere sight of her ugly mug resulted in millions of viewers turning off the show. Breitbart reports the awards show resulted in a historic new low in viewership for ESPN, leaving Michelle embarrassed and licking her wounds. But in her latest pathetic effort to be important, the backlash from Americans this time is massive, and will leave you laughing your ass off. In a recent interview while bragging about her accomplishments as First Lady, Michelle touted herself as America's sex symbol, claiming that she has issues simply walking down the street because men can barely contain their lust at the mere sight of her. As I got older, I found that men would whistle at me or make comments about how I looked as I walked down the street, saying that men would routinely catcall as she walked by, as if my body were their property, as if I were an object to be commented on instead of a full human being with thoughts and feelings of my own. The words had barely left her fat lying mouth and people across America were already questioning what alternate reality Michelle Obama resides in, where she seriously thinks she's America's sex symbol. Here's some of the most politically incorrect responses that were posted in response to Michelle's claim. What sex and what species? Maybe a congress of baboons or silverbacks. Pesky liberals and Democrats. If it is not dead people for votes in a poll, then it is raiding the zoo. More like an abstinence symbol, I think. These people are totally delusional. Obama thinks he's a straight guy born in Hawaii that did a great job as president. Wrong. Michael thinks he is a woman who was the best first lady ever and is a sex symbol in America. Wrong. These two guys need help. They are living in a fantasy world. There is not enough alcohol or drugs available that could ever make Michelle Obama a sex symbol. That would be like dragging your balls across 5 miles of broken glass just to hear Michael Moore fart in a payphone. Her poor attitude and condescending arrogance is a symbol for abstinence. A person's charm is what attracts. She is disgusting. Every parent of a horny teenage boy should make certain he has a picture Michelle in his wallet next to the Trojan sex symbol. Roflme OMG, you're killing me. She may be a sex symbol on the planet the predator came from. She is a sex symbol. A symbol for not wanting sex. Picture her every time you look at someone and you definitely won't want sex. I think I just threw up in my mouth and shit myself laughing too hard. First, if she's a sex symbol, what does that make Melania? And in all seriousness, she could be the most beautiful person on the planet, but to me, she's ugly on the inside. It's truly startling how huge Michelle Obama's ego is, which apparently has grown exponentially since she left the White House. Sorry Michelle, there's lots of things you can claim about yourself, but sex symbol is not one of them. Now if you want to tout yourself as the most race-baiting or the most anti-American first lady in American history, then that is claim that the American people can rally behind.